inches. Yeah.
What's up, my white tea community, my kings, queens, and in-betweens? It's your girl Lex for another hot buy or not buy video, and I am going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about Born This Way, the foundation, and also the concealer, but I'm going to pause just for 1 second so you can hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can always get the real deal on these makeup products and much more. Okay, so the makeup Born This Way foundation and concealer, I did pick up both of them. I know most people was doing the initial review and telling you know how smooth it is, how good it is. Me myself, I don't find any use in those videos just because, not to shame anybody who does it, it's just that I don't really care what the initial review is. I want to know how did it hold up, you know, during the many times that you wore it, what applied the best way, etc. And you actually have to wear the foundation and put it in different ways and different combinations to get that better understanding, and that's exactly what your girl did right here. And I'm just going to show you the packaging. I'm pretty sure you already know what it looks like, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the tea. This is the foundation right here, and my nails are a little busted, but never mind that, we're here for the foundation. It does come in a pump. It does not lock like my other foundation that I have, but who cares. This is in the color Chai, and I also bought the concealer. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, I held it up backwards, my bad. This is the concealer, and I got this in Honey, and this, I pulled it off. This is not a pump. This is a doe foot applicator. And this comes in a super coverage multi-use super sculpting concealer. How much is in here? I'm pretty sure you guys know what the boxes look like if you've been into any Ulta or Sephora. And the concealer, you get 0.50 fluid ounces, and in the foundation you get 1 point. They're both are, well, we'll start with the super coverage concealer. It says that it is for contour, highlight, or retouch. It's a super coverage, and for the foundation it says that it's undetectable, medium to full coverage foundation. It has coconut water, alkaline rose, and hyaluronic acid. As far as the claims, it says 100% said this foundation blurred their imperfections. 100% said the foundation made their skin look absolutely perfect, and 97% said the foundation provided natural coverage. So that was the claims of the foundation itself. And I apologize for the background, the lighting. I do have a new camera, but I haven't started using it yet. I am going to swatch this foundation for you, and again, this is in the color Chai. And I don't want to put too much on my hand. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and draw that out. Hopefully you guys can see that. Pull it back. See, when I pull it back, it blends in great. So I hope you guys can see that. And I'll go ahead and swatch the Honey concealer at the top of my hand here. And that is what the concealer looks like against the Chai foundation. Very light. Okay, let's jump right into it. When it comes to the foundation, it is a medium to full coverage foundation. If you build it up, the first layer, it just evened out my skin tone. The second and third layer, the second layer became a medium, and then the third and fourth layer became the full coverage. So you do have to put on enough for full coverage. It is very smooth. It's like butter when you put it on. And I applied it 2 different ways. I applied it with the brush and also the beauty blender. My favorite one was the beauty blender. The brush kind of left a little streaky just because it was like butter when you applied it. Overall, both applied really well, so I didn't have a problem with that. I just prefer the beauty blender. It didn't smell like anything. It didn't smell like hyaluronic acid or coconut water. It has a foundation smell to it. If you ever smelled foundation, not the really harsh ones, but the ones that was just a normal makeup type of smell. When it comes to the longevity of this foundation, I hate it with a plus. Overall, I work 8-hour days. This foundation would not stay put. I kept blotting throughout the day, and mind you, I use a Becca primer, and I also used the YSL primer on 2 different occasions to see which one held up better, and neither one of them really helped this foundation at all. And typically Becca is my to-go primer. I blotted throughout the day, and the kicker is I sit behind a desk all day, so I'm not ripping and running around trying to find things or anything like that. I sat behind a desk for 8 hours in air conditioner, and it didn't work for me. My skin is a combination, so you can say it's a little bit oily now since we're in Michigan and the weather is like around 80 something. So I have a little oil, but it seems like this foundation just made the oil appear. And my Becca primer really does the job on most of my foundations, just not with this one. I kept applying, I kept powdering, I kept blotting. This foundation is like transfer approved. So on some of my foundations, you know, it doesn't transfer easy. This one transferred so bad that I felt like I could not touch my face throughout the days as I continuously worn this foundation. It was horrible. Horrible to the point, like if I did this to blot my face and I put my hand back on my desk, which my desk is white, it transferred on my desk. It was just the worst transfer that I ever had. And I do spray my face with Urban Decay, so I just didn't understand why it was transferring so much while at work, sitting behind a desk, not moving as much. So this foundation for me is not cheap. So I'm currently trying to give mine away because it just did not perform with my skin type. So if you are, you know, combination of oily, you definitely want to think of ways that you're going to combat that. And the Becca primer is not going to work. The Urban Decay setting mist is not going to work at all. And I know my makeup right now is looking like trash, and it's because of that foundation. So I don't know if you can see, I know my highlight, but as you see, it's peeking through already. And I did a full coverage today, and as you see, it is still peeking through. And I work at a desk. I sit at a desk all day at work, and that's what I get for that foundation. I would not repurchase that foundation to save my life ever again, and I'll be giving away the one that I have now. I don't think it's worth the coins. I know Jackie Aina, she, you know, put her best foot forward, you know, giving us foundations that match, you know, our skin tone. Even this one was a little bit too dark for me, and I tried to go a little light, but then that one was too light for me, so I just settled for the chai. So that in itself was like on my last, you know, knowing that, you know, I'm paying this high price for something that doesn't matches my skin. It does leave like a glow, I won't say a gloss shine. Just say if you want it to be matte, you definitely do have to make sure that you powder your face afterwards, because I still felt it was like a little shine to my face afterwards, even though I know it's supposed to be like a matte finish. I didn't really find that to be true at all. I'm just gonna say that formula needs a redesign. I know it's just a no-go, point blank period. Save your coins for better foundation. That is not it. That is not worth the price tag, in my opinion. I found better, cheaper CoverGirl 24-hour wear wore better than that. So save your coins. Now let's get to the concealer. I did get the concealer Honey. I thought this was going to be a nice highlight shade. Although it's nice coverage, it does blend beautiful. I didn't see any creasing with this, so that was a plus for me. I do think I need to go a shade under, hopefully that I can find one. Although if you are my complexion, I do want to warn you, if you do decide to get Honey and you use like a banana powder, it will come off a little bit ashy because the tone, this is more of an ashy Honey. And I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know if you've seen other concealers or that has a tone Honey in it that's a little bit more not ashy. It comes off ashy to me, and it will come off ashy when you add the banana powder to it. As far as the formula, this is thebomb.com. It reminds me of L'Oreal. Oh my god, I can't think of this name. It's a L'Oreal concealer, and also it reminds me of how the consistency of NARS is, kind of creamy and buttery. This is not your tape shape, so this is not one of those concealers that just stay put and won't budge and dries with ease. This will dry slowly, where you can take your time blending this concealer out. But once it's there and you set it, you wouldn't have to worry anything else about it because it will stay there. And I found that it didn't really make my under eye dry. I don't know if there's people out there who worry about dry under eyes when you're using like Tarte Shape Tape, because that can dry down really quick and then you really have to blend it out. Or Kat Von D, it's not one of those. It's more of a blendable consistency. It keeps your under eye kind of moist, so you won't have to worry about it drying out. That is what this type of concealer is. But definitely, if you think you are my complexion, which I'm typically in foundations, caramel, I guess you can say chai, even though that was a little bit dark, but it's still kind of blended in pretty good. And in Fenty, I believe 400 or 410. I'll list them below just so you can get a better color match in those. But I would say if you're going to spend your money for either one of these, definitely don't do the foundation. I think you will be disappointed. I know there's a big hype on it because, you know, Jackie Aina endorsed it and she helped with the product, but I don't think the product consistency is good. I don't think the color range is that good, honestly. So save your coins when it gets to that. If you like a creamy, a blendable concealer, I say definitely pick up the Born This Way concealer and trash or giveaway, or don't even purchase. Save your coins, hunty, when it comes to the foundation. You will find a much better option than other ones. And that is just my honest opinion. And just to run through how I actually use the foundation. Again, I used it with two different primers, the YSL and also the Becca. I use the Urban Decay as a setting spray. I use an all over face powder, translucent, in Laura Mercier. And I applied it with a beauty blender and a brush, and the foundation is still trash to me. It's still not worth my coins. I'm not going to repurchase it, and I'm just going to give away the one that I have. Point blank period. And when it comes to the concealer, it's definitely something that you should think about picking up. Would I say it's gonna wow you? Absolutely not. But it is a good concealer overall. If I had to say, if you were down to choosing and you're in Sephora or Ulta or any makeup brand and you happen to see it and you were debating if you should pick up Fenty and versus Born This Way or even LA Girl Pro Concealer, would I tell you to get it? Absolutely not. I would tell you to save your coins. If you want something that, if you just want to try it and you have the extra coins for it, I'll say definitely pick it up. Overall, these two are, it's not worth your money. These are not inexpensive things, and I just don't think the foundation will be worth your coins. I think if you want to try a new concealer, something that's more creamy, that's very blendable, that keeps your under eye hydrated but still concealing, then this is definitely it. But this is not to say that this is the only product that will do that. This is just based on my opinion and my opinion alone, so do what fits you best. And thank you for watching the Detroit Beauty View channel. And don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know the next time I upload an honest review for my YouTube community.